All right, we're training with JPG again. He's gonna show me how to properly train back. Yeah, I've only trained with JP like twice, but every single time I've trained with him, I've been sore like the next following week.
So I would probably bend your knees just a little bit. Yeah, just so you're down a little bit more. That way you can keep your upper arm more flared.
Okay.
Because people tend to start to bring them into the sides because you're stronger there.
Okay, so we actually want it flared?
Drift in. Yeah, so keep them flared. Yeah, then think about really driving those elbows as far back as you can, like you're hugging behind you. Might not even need more than this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is good weight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because most
those subtle changes make a huge difference.
Starts here and then like slowly starts to drift in.
Okay.
Same thing with like pull downs too. When they're doing this, it'll start to come forward like this, just because you're stronger in these positions here.
Okay. So you want to keep it flared more.
Yeah.
Okay. So for your workouts, like, how many exercises per muscle group are you getting in?
Usually it's 2 to 3.
Wow, that's not much at all.
Because typically that's enough to hit like each division like of a muscle. Because if I hit back twice a week, I do this, a lat row, like a neutral grip row.
Yeah.
And then a pull down, that's 3 exercises already. And then on my next day, I could maybe, start with the lat row, do a different kind of pull down. That's 2 exercises right there. So I did 5 exercises in the entire week. There's a lot of ways you could mix it up, like especially with like isolation work. So I don't think it's a bad idea. And as you get more advanced, like intermediate, then it's probably a good idea to have more of that isolation work too. Nice. There you go.
Yeah, my form's dropping. So would you say intensity is more important than volume?
No. It depends on how you're thinking about volume, because a lot of people, when they say volume, they don't necessarily mean like a good, hard working set, because you can add 100 sets, but if they're all warm-up sets, that's not really going to do anything for you. But if you're doing good like working sets, then the intensity like has to be there for those working sets to actually be effective, if that makes sense. So you need a good mix of like hard sets close to failure. They're both a big part of that equation, like in terms of what makes an effective workout. Program, and they're like, dude, I'm not growing. I've already added up to like 30 sets, right, in total for whatever muscle group, seeing no progress. And then they'll send me a video of their training, and every single exercise they're doing, it just looked so easy. Yeah, so they're just going through the motions, like they're doing 30 sets, but like 30 sets of what? Like at that point.
Right. It is hard for you to really push yourself too, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause I kind of struggle with that. Cause obviously during my bodybuilding prep, I had like an incentive to like train really hard.
Yeah.
Cause I wanted to like place. Prior to that, it was like feel myself going through the motions, just like, man, like what am I doing? You know? Yeah.
I think the style of training you're doing is super important too. The more uncomfy, essentially, like a set feels. So things like higher reps or like less stable exercises, like imagine like you're out of breath from a set of squats, you're more likely to stop the set early. You hit failure, but all the muscle fibers that you would have hit, say doing like a hack squat or something that didn't make you feel uncomfy, so you could keep pushing harder and longer, you missed out on recruiting those like big muscle fibers.
Sure.
Yeah, so you failed, but it was less effective.
Right.
That's why I like a more like moderate rep range, stable exercises. Things like that make a huge difference and are so much more important as you get more advanced.
Yeah.
Like for a beginner, they'll grow doing fucking anything.
Anything. True that.
Exactly.
I also wasn't eating enough too. Like I was playing basketball like 4 hours a day, lifting. And I was like, why am I not gaining any? I remember thinking to myself, like beginner gains is like a lie. Like I'm not getting anything. What the fuck?
So I only experienced beginner gains once I started eating enough. Like it was like flipping a switch.
Same.
Yeah.
I like stopped playing basketball and only focused on like training in the gym, lifting, and then that's when I started growing.
That's crazy because that's pretty much what happened to me. I jammed my finger and then I decided I was gonna get really serious about lifting. So I started counting my calories, stopped playing basketball,
and then you grew.
It just blew up. Dude, I went from 125, 135 to 170 within like 4 months.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Wow.
Nice.
That's it.
The nice thing about moderate loading too, because if you're doing a set of like 15 to 20, if you use that same intent, the weight flies up, right? But with like a moderate to heavy loading, like you can be forced like as soon as you can out the whole eccentric. Yeah, all the data we have on like tempo and training shows that that's basically the most effective way to train, control like the stretch portion of the movement and then forceful on the shorten.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, shit. I'm learning a lot. I hope this video helps you guys too.
Funny enough, this is like one of the exercises I get a lot of people saying they don't understand it, but
What you're doing now?
yeah, it's so much less complex than like most other movements because all you're doing is just squeezing your shoulder blades.
Right.
And letting them open up. A lot of people just don't know how not to bend their elbows, and I'm like, dude, just keep them long.
Yeah. I feel like I want to use my arms here.
Yeah, it's a kind of weird sensation because most people are only used to shrugging vertically and not.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I want to pull so badly, you know?
But this is great for basically the entire trap. So.
Okay. Wow, yeah, you're right. I'm definitely not used to shrugging horizontally.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling for sure, especially with the forceful contractions.
Yeah, you immediately like started moving.
Yeah.
Faster.
That's good. It'd be so sore.
I'm trying to think of like, are there any movements where you might not want to do that? But assuming you're using like moderate to heavy loads, I don't know, like a leg extension and the pad starts to fly off your leg. You know, obviously you want to control it enough so that you're still keeping tension through that. But you could probably also up the weight if that's happening. Whenever I have like clients that I program this for, typically if they don't have the exact machine that I'm using, they're like, oh fuck, I don't think I can do that exercise because I don't have that machine. I'm like, well, just look at what the motion is, right? Like this is literally just this. And I'll give them like alternatives. Like you can do it on a dumbbell bench, right? You can do it with a barbell. You can do it on a Smith machine. So if you're looking at just like what joints are actually working, typically you can break down and like be a little creative and find another way to do that. Because if you don't have this, like there's so many different.
I feel like you could use like a cable row too, right?
Yeah, you could.
Like holding on here.
On a seated cable row. I think it also depends on like the angle of the cable for how bad that will be for how heavy you have to load it, like your lower racing. But yeah, typically any kind of like chest supported option is really good for any sort of like Kelso shrug. I think this is still kind of light.
Really? Fuck. So you're keeping your elbows pretty flared here.
Yeah, so we're going with more of a, kind of like a wide grip pull down if you were doing this on a straight bar. I want to make a slight adjustment. So you see how this is coming through this plane right here? So I want you more here. So it's like a vertical motion versus driving through your back. So think elbow towards the hip rather than elbow back behind you. Come through this plane of motion right here. It just involves more like upper back, which we already toasted.
Okay. So this is more lat focused then?
More lat.
Okay.
Yeah.
JP's gonna teach me how to properly do a straight arm pull down.
Your form actually looked really good.
Thank you. You know what? Maybe it's because I like actually felt the entire workout on my lats, so it's easier for me to engage it now. It's already like got some blood in it.
I mean, you weren't making any of the super common mistakes, I would say, which is where people just let other joints start moving, typically the elbow, and then they're like, why do I feel my triceps? Well, dude, you're doing a half tricep extension. And so like if you have relatively weak triceps compared to like your back, like it's an imbalance of sorts, then you might feel your triceps starting to give out before your back does. That's why for people like that, I might suggest doing like a pull down instead, just they have less limiters that way. Typically when I do this, I'll limit the ROM a little bit. So you were coming like all the way back, but if you notice like the cable was kind of being misaligned towards the bottom. I really like loading it similar to how you were doing, where it's heaviest like right here, right? And then I don't worry about coming
So
all the way down.
you're all the way down.
I'm pretty hinged. And part of that is so that I can get this kind of vertical cable into this position here, so it's loaded heaviest here. And then I don't necessarily worry about coming all the way back. So if I stop here, that's fine. Because I can already feel that stretch through there, and I try to keep that tension. I don't let it go.
Okay.
Because I can keep coming up all the way through here.
That's what I'm doing now.
But I lose that. Put your hand like right through here. There's always going to be some sort of tension like through that muscle.
It's very hard. Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay.
And that might be part of the reason people feel their triceps too, because it does have leverage to extend the arm.
So many times, like if I feel my triceps more, I'm like, what the fuck? It's like a tricep exercise.
Yeah, so it's like.
Good afternoon, everyone. Got the man here. It's loud as hell.
Let's get it cracked.
I'm pulling up to Barbell Brigade right now because I'm planning on doing a little pop-up shop for Shonen supplements. You guys are in the area, would love to see you guys. You guys can meet the whole team behind Shonen Subs who make it possible. We're gonna have a bunch of special guests to show up, a lot of pre-workout, a lot of activities. It'll be a really fun time. And so I'm just checking out Barbell right now to kind of see the layout of how I want the pop-up shop to go. After this, I'm meet up with one of my friends. We're gonna look at some blanks, because I wanna have some apparel too for the pop-up shop for Shonen Supplements. So, busy day.
We have them stopped right here. We just have, hey, you're here to actually check out the gym, or you came here for the event. But I don't know if you have a designated person for that.
No, we could definitely get a designated person. So it'd be like right here.
Yeah, cool. We'll have a canopy right here, like a white one. Okay. Very basic and generic, but at least that way they're not just kind of walking in. They're kind of guided to make sure they gotta come in. So we have like something set up right here for that.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll clean this out. We'll like get all this dust and everything, like this stuff out of the way, so that when they walk this way, it's kind of like nice.
Yeah. This would be open.
Yeah, check it out. It'd be like this.
Wow. Transition from here to the pop-up shop. Wow, we go crazy. Watch this. All right, guys, we have this big ass package for Shonen Supplements. So this is gonna be something for the pop-up. I don't know what it is. I'm saying that as I'm holding a knife. That's crazy. This is how I usually open my boxes though. I think this is gonna be the, what is it? Pop-up shop banner.
Well, it says quantity 250.
Oh, wait, what? I actually don't know then. Let's see.
Oh, shit.
Wow. All right. Good looks. Oh. Little baggies.
Oh,
dang, hey, you know what? It's something though. It's something.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
let's go.
But these are the bags for all the
We're gonna
all the
customize them
goodies.
ourselves.
We're gonna put
by hand.
Yep.
With a little love.
You guys can, whatever you guys get from the pop-up, just throw it on in here, you know? It is the next day. We got some packages. Now I think this is the banner, and I don't know what this is, but we'll see. How to use the knife, all barbaric again, to open this thing up. I think this is the tablecloth, actually. Woo! Boom!
Hey!
Boom!
I say.
We're gonna hang this up at Barbell, so we're gonna have one in the front and then one in the back where the pop-up shop will be.
That's it. I like.
Woo-wee! And so that's the flag. Now, I believe this is the tablecloth. It's gonna be the tablecloth. It has Shonen Subs.
Yeah! That's good. That came out really good.
I think this is the banner for the meet and greet background. Oh snap. Give me 1 second.
Oh shit. Yeah! That was good.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yay!
I was actually worried this was not gonna come on time. Just a little bit, because sometimes with like shipping like internationally, it takes a really long time. But this was really fast. This took like 3 days. All right, the last items have arrived. We are very, very close to the pop-up shop. It's this weekend actually. Very, very exciting. One of my concerns was not being able to receive all the product. But everything arrived. It just arrived today actually. So let me show you guys what we got and what we're gonna be having at the pop-up shop. Of course, I'm barbaric with it, so I'm gonna use a knife to get this thing open. Ooh, you see it? Bam. Insulated Shonen Supplements shaker bottle. I was actually going to go with just the plastic blender bottle, but I created a poll for you guys on Instagram, and most of you guys wanted to see an insulated one as well. So boom, we only have 50 units of these available. So first come, first serve at the pop-up shop. Show you guys the inside. Keeps your drink cold, or maybe your coffee warm. And then of course, a little blender ball. Bam.
Come on now. We have our signature graffiti font plastic shaker bottle as well. Now this is just like any standard shaker bottle. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but if you guys want to support Shonen Subs with the nice looking graffiti logo. Blender ball, of course. So we will also be selling these at the pop-up shop. So boom, you guys got two options. Plastic one and an insulated one. Bam. It is nice and bright. We got Chove
Very bright.
in the house. On the way to KTG Printing, which is custom printing for shirts. We're gonna check out some designs. I wanna have at least like 2 or 3 for the pop-up shop just so that there's options. Yeah, I think you guys will really like these. I'm trying to go with a little bit more of like the streetwear aesthetic for the apparel compared to the actual branding for the supplements, which is a lot more like approachable and fun. I mean, I guess the apparel will be still approachable, but it's gonna be a lot more serious and like dope than streetwear. So here we go.